What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be unboxing the PlayStation 5. I got a bundle edition, but pretty much the base model of what you guys are going to get. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing, set it up, and let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so I am not a PlayStation guy. What got into me, I don't really know. All I know is that when these next-gen consoles came out, I was trying to get my hands on them. I got my hands on the Xbox Series S. It was the first thing that I could get my hands on. And the PlayStation 5 was on my list and could never do it. Out of nowhere, early last week, I figured, hey, might as well see if my local store has one so I can pick it up. And that's exactly what I did. And I picked it up with the God of War Ragnarok bundle edition. Figured it was a smart move to really get the whole PlayStation experience by getting one of the games that's literally made for the PlayStation 5. Right off the bat, guys, the packaging, it's appealing to the eye, but it's literally nothing special. They definitely dropped the ball on the packaging. It's the most basic, simplest packaging I've ever come across. And I had this thought while I was unboxing it and picking it up, but I also realized, hey, this thing is made for performance. This thing is like probably one of the best consoles out, and I don't really think that is where it shines, right? They're not really concerned about the packaging. They're more concerned about the performance, and boy, was I right about that. The packaging was so basic and flimsy and just whatever, but when I booted this thing up, let me tell you, it really blew my socks off. This thing impressed me so much. So again, packaging, they could have done better, but nothing to complain about. You're not buying this thing to look at pretty packaging. You're buying this thing for what it can do. And man, this thing is a piece of art pretty much. This thing is a high quality piece of tech. Getting straight into the unboxing of this thing, pulling it out, you get a box with accessories, and then you get the actual console itself. This is my first time ever holding a PlayStation device, and PlayStation 5 build quality is nice. It's a little bulky, not too heavy, but hey, what can you expect? This thing is literally made for discs as well. It's supposed to be a little bit bigger on the bigger end. Unboxing the accessory box there, we have a USB-C charging cable for the controller. You have the power cord, you have some instructions, and then they gave us an HDMI cord, which was nice of them to do. The instructions are super simple to follow, guys. I've never had a PlayStation, so I'm definitely going to read those. Definitely look them over if you've never had a PlayStation. It's like 5 steps. It's really easy to look up, and basically it just goes over how to use this little standing tray thing. I'm going to be setting this thing up vertically, and this is how you kind of do that. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how I went about it. Next, I took out the controller out of the packaging. Controller is really nice. It wasn't anything too big, too bulky, too obnoxious. I actually kind of like the design of this. Right off the bat, the quality felt really, really nice. It felt way higher quality than the Xbox Series S. Again, this isn't a comparison video. This is just, it felt really, really high quality. And when I mean high quality, like this thing was sturdy. It felt heavy. It felt like you were getting like a premium device. And that's literally what you're getting with this thing, especially for the price tag. This thing is not cheap, but the quality of this thing so far was nothing less than that. Even the details, you have all the little X's and the O's, the, PlayStation logo pretty much built into the controller itself. I was super impressed by that, just the little details that they threw into this thing. Controller, probably 9 out of 10. The controller, or the PlayStation design itself, I'd probably give it like a 6.9, maybe 7 out of 10 in terms of the design. It does look cool. It does look modern and sleek. It's just a little bulky. I feel like they could have done a little bit better, but hey, it'll do, and it still looks pretty cool. Not too many complaints there. The plastic on here, these covers, you can switch them out. I've seen plenty of people do that. If you want to completely change the look of your PlayStation, I probably won't be doing that. I kind of like the classic just PS5 look here. You got the Sony, you got the logo there. It's just a clean looking machine, guys, and it's gonna add to your aesthetic, to your room, to wherever you set it up. Again, if you want it hidden, you probably lay it horizontally. If you want it to kind of stand out and show it off a little bit, you'll probably stand it up vertically like I'm gonna be doing. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck? Like, you're an Xbox channel, you're an Xbox guy, why did you get a PlayStation? I mainly got this thing to see what all the hype was about and to test out these new friggin' next-gen games like Forbidden West Horizon, God of War Ragnarok, just all these different, beautiful, stunning games that this thing is known for. This thing is lightning fast, so these crazy high storage games are gonna be super fast with this thing. This thing's gonna be basically booting up. So that's why I got it. To install the tray, you're gonna remove the little button at the bottom of the console. So flip it upside down, you're gonna have the power cord and everything facing up. You take the little button off, and then on the little tray itself, you're gonna flip it this way as I showed in the video. And then you're gonna actually uncover a little port here where the screw is. So you're gonna take the screw out, and then you're gonna place that little button that you just popped out into that little space there. So it's nice and neat, you can store it away. This was an awesome, quick little design feature that I thought, PlayStation had out of the park with. Super small and simple, but it makes a difference. You're not gonna have to be worried about losing that little cover or the screw or anything. So basically, you just kind of line that up there. You place the hooks into the back of the PlayStation. You screw it in and you're good to go. Now you have a vertical stand. This thing is nice and grippy, so your PlayStation's not gonna be really falling over. You're gonna be getting it good ventilation because this thing is a workhorse. You're gonna want that good ventilation. Next step, just plug this bad boy in and then plug the HDMI cord in. Huge W, the fact that they included this, and it's like a high-speed HDMI cable, so you're gonna be getting those good graphics. PlayStation was really setting you up for a dub here. And then they included the charging cable. So on the back, you have 2 USB-A ports, a LAN Ethernet port, and then you have your HDMI and power switch port. So on the front of it, you have the power button, very bottom. Next button is the eject for the discs. This is a disc console. And then you have your USB-A and USB-C ports in the front. So when you turn it on, it turns on blue. Looks super nice. It almost looks like a freaking like drone. I don't know, like an underglow to a car. It looks cool. It looks next gen. It looks modern. It looks sleek. So first things first, you're gonna hook up your controller with the included cable here, USB-A to USB-C into the controller. The controller's gonna light up. This is pretty much how you sync it to the Xbox, and then it recognizes that you have the controller and that it's a new PlayStation, excuse me. And yeah, you kind of just follow the instructions right off the bat. Even just the booting and the graphics from the initial setup screen kind of blew me away. I'm not even gonna lie. This thing booted up crazy fast. This thing looks nuts in terms of like the lights that were showing up. Holding the controller for the first time and feeling the little vibration and haptic feedback, this is probably the best controller I've ever got my hands on. This thing feels crazy. It feels nice. It feels firm. I loved it. Moving on, guys, to kind of some specs here. This thing does have an ultra high speed SSD, which is pretty much gonna boot up those crazy awesome games with a crazy awesome good graphics lightning fast, like within a blink of an eye. And that's kind of why you're getting this next gen console, for the speed, for the performance, for the graphics, for how beautiful it's going to look. This thing does output 4K TV gaming, so you're going to be able to get the highest resolution possible on these next gen TVs. The ray tracing is a huge thing, so it's basically the marketing of you're going to be immersed in these new worlds of these new next gen games, with the terms of the lights, the shadows, the reflections, depending on where you're looking, depending on where your character is. It's just going to make it feel like you're in that game. On top of that, the haptic feedback from the controller is insane. The first time that I actually booted it up and really felt like the vibration from the controller, I was absolutely blown away. It's super grippy, it feels heavy, it feels nice. The resistance level based on different games that this controller is going to be able to output, which is going to add to the realism of the game, it's crazy. It's honestly blown my mind. And then the audio, basically the sound that this console can put out in terms of putting it out through your speakers and that sort of thing. And on top of that, your controller has speakers inside of it, which output sound and add to it as well. It's insane. And next gen is the easiest way to describe it. You're getting some crazy performance out of this thing, some crazy features, and it's going to add to the whole gaming experience. Now, going through this home screen on PlayStation, I have no idea what the heck I was looking at. I was just looking at these different games and titles. A few of them that stuck out to me was Horizon Forbidden West. I really want to get my hands on that. God of War Ragnarok, I'm going to get my hands on that. Just the fact that these immersive role-playing worlds have crazy performance, all these features, you're really going to feel like you're in that world, and it's really going to add to the gameplay of that. It's almost going to feel like you're watching a movie, but you're actually playing a video game and you're in control of everything. That's super awesome. I'm super pumped on that. This game, Astro World or Astro's World, comes preloaded on the game, and it really shows off the power of what I just went over in terms of like the haptic feedback of the controller, of how immersive and realistic it looks with the lights, with the sounds and everything. Get your hands on this, like go try it out. Coming from Xbox and, you know, first time ever playing a PlayStation 5, this game really showed off those capabilities and really sucked me in and got me excited in terms of like these games that I'm going to be playing. I can't wait to try out like maybe NCAA or NFL. I can't wait to try out UFC. But on top of that, I can't wait to try out God of War and these like role-playing games that I'm pumped on. Horizon Forbidden West, you know, right here showing off the trigger feedback, showing off the resistance, depending on the game, the, you know, mode you're in, depending on these different sorts of things. This thing is so immersive and just next level. This is next level gaming right here. I can't believe I've been kind of missing out on this. I probably should have tried to get my hands on the PlayStation sooner. I kind of just forgot. I tried for like the first 6 months that the PlayStation was out, and then I kind of just stopped because it was so hard to get them. Now, not to say that I don't love my Xbox or anything. I feel like they're completely different consoles. This is the console to go for immersive role-playing, open world type of games, in my personal opinion. That's why I got it. That's why I'm super pumped on it. The Xbox is more of like those fast paced type of games. You know, get on with your friends, you know, get on some Call of Duty lobbies and go at it, go crazy, have fun, get those quick games in. This is more of like, you want like immersive gaming, you want those open world type of maps, you want to really show off the graphics of the game, you know, of what this console can do. You know, you really want to get the most capability out of your TV. This thing is going to be that. Like I said, watching like the movies, watching like a movie that you're in control of is the best way that I can describe this thing. And man, I am super pumped on this thing. I'm blown away. And this is the first thing that I've booted up to this day. As I'm recording this video, this is the only little taste that I've gotten of the PlayStation. Other than that, just the crazy graphics alone from the home screen, from like those game previews. This thing is crazy, and I'm super pumped on it, guys. So stay tuned for like a full review, me jumping into some of these games. So stay tuned, guys. More to come on this, and then I'll do a comparison video on the Xbox versus the PlayStation. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.